welcome back. This is Chris from Chris It.
Chris, no.
Wait,
what are you doing?
What do you mean? This is what the fan wanted.
I don't care what the fans want and the Moist Critical videos.
Come on, everybody
When
wants
have
this.
we ever been about the fans? Ever.
Well, this is the time,
It's not the time. This is absolutely the opposite of time. Get out.
All
Get out, Chris.
All right.
Welcome back, boys, and 0.8% of girls to MangaWi. It's your boys,
List
exists.
It's been 2 weeks since the last nail-biting cliffhanger, so you know we had to do this one.
But before we get into the episode, take a win just for being One Piece.
Octoboobs.
Over on MangaWi, we actually send this little girl for having a knife. She can't cut the Germa because of their iron skin, but take a win for continuity. This is the same little girl that asked Big Mom for a knife back in Whole Cake Island. Gota, you've done it again.
The side swirls are in the shape of his double fruit.
Chisel's reference.
Oda! Oda never ceases to amaze me with all these clever and well-executed plots. All the clues were there, we just didn't see it.
To all the people that skip Skypea, I bet you feel like silly billies now. Speaking of silly billies, only silly billies aren't subscribed and liking the video.
Oda's art style is truly unique. After all these years, he can still get such emotions out of me from a side character. You can really see the hurt and emotion through all that she's going through. Take 2 wins for such raw emotions on display.
5.
Foomf.
Fim.
Fim.
Sink.
Sink.
Cinco.
Pinch.
Pump.
Pente.
Visi.
Boft.
Pancha.
Tano.
Hamza.
Go. That's Japanese right there. Simpsons reference.
Yoink. This is what we all have been waiting for from One Piece. Even in such a dire situation, Luffy can pull a plot twist like this, shocking us all.
This is one of those scenes where I just sat there with my mouth open. We will be telling our grandchildren about this. Oda is the only mangaka in history that can go from serious to silly, with such a perfect moment for Luffy, the fans, and Oda. Take 3 wins.
And thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys like and subscribe, hit the bell, notification, and comment. Let us know what your favorite... after the first 2 failed attempts at an episode, we remembered that our brothers wanted to do a video. They wanted us to look at it, and we're going to laugh at them.
This is some garbage. This is some straight garbage. They ate the picture, the name... Revisited has circles. There's a square. Ours is black, white, and blue. There's this black, gray, red, and white. This is. I got a cup. This is some straight garbage.
What? What's with the face?
I remember Eric asking, "Did I have a SpongeBob shirt?" I was wondering why he asked that.
It's because of the Sonic shirt. And then the Bizarro.
This is some straight garbage right here.
So, I mean, this is
some straight garbage.
What did you expect from them?
Not this. The video, I'll take the video. But this I saw this, I was like, all right, how long is the video? I saw this, I was like, off him. Off rip. You ain't have to do all this. Make the video. Make it in a timely manner as well.
And this is 40 minutes. Let's get into it.
Hey, I'm Corey, the K from K-List Exists.
I'm good too.
Can I just say, many, many times they've done blank list exists or a blank exists. Now this pun with his name.
And the puppet as well.
Poorly photoshopped out. I mean, white everywhere.
They were running out of time.
And I'm Eric, the AY in A-List Exists.
K-A-Y.
What do we do?
We're here to provide you with a plentiful
Provide? We're here to provide you?
No.
A-list exists. We're here to provide you with a
Provide, and you can hear the mouse click.
plentiful amount of correct anime opinions.
Did you know
I like the monotone.
9 out of every 10 anime opinions are whack?
Not us, though.
This is awful.
I can't take this.
This is awful.
They call us Mr. 10%.
So they call you two separate individuals the same nick.
Hey, it's Mr.'s 10%.
Mr.'s 10%.
In this video, we got 10 anime hot takes. But here's the catch. Only 8 of them are true, in honor of April Fool's Day.
Man, this is extra rough too because I feel like if we mess up, we have a bunch of people laughing at us.
You've already messed up.
Mr. 10% provide.
10%.
We'd also like to
What was that
thank
pause?
It was so
Show
long.
up to McDonald's?
have a bunch of people laughing at us. We'd also
That was legitimate. Shit. Okay, now we shaving off time. That was 4 seconds you could have shaved off.
like to thank Deaderex for making all the art you see in this video.
That you cannot be serious. No way he did this. Please tell me that Eric is just fooling.
There's no way he did that. Wait a second. No way. He actually did this.
I'm just hoping Eric just copied the style.
I was like, Eric copied the style. Hang on. No. Wait a second.
I'm assuming that Eric just copied the style and just. What are you doing? Are you about to call these bastards?
He better pick up.
Who you calling, Eric?
Yeah. Eric. Yeah. Did that really do that picture?
Yeah, that really did the picture.
That you
Unbelievable!
You bum!
This
I thought it was
garbage!
I thought it was you just aping his style!
I only commissioned him for the K-List Exist one, and he did the Puppets one for free.
Of course he did, because he's in debt! He's amazing!
That is a goat.
This is some garbage.
This is trash, yo.
Yeah, we know.
Alright,
All
hang
right.
up on them. That you are unbelievable.
And I was giving Eric too much credit.
Like, he did a good job with this.
This is unbelievable. This collusion is always just the collusion. That's the worst.
Spoilers for Naruto, One Piece, JoJo, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I guess Dragon Ball.
These mouse clicks.
are unbelievable.
This is sending me
Here's-
to the moon.
Here's what you do, Eric. You record it all. You don't need to hit pause on the recording. Just let it record. There's a truncate silence that will take away all the silent bits. And then you just take out the takes and edit them together.
See, let's get into it.
I hear a lot of talk about how Jinbei is a boring character. And boring is the
We have to figure out where is the troll and where is Dill. Just like we ain't got good editing skills and we press for time.
I don't know about that one.
I hear a lot of talk about how Jinbei is a boring character. And boring is the worst. I would prefer almost anything bad over anything boring. But to call a character like Jinbei boring makes me almost want to put up the "you just don't get it" shield. But anyone who's gotten to Jinbei understands enough. But what I don't understand is why they don't like him. So I'll be
I hate this. I hate this with every fiber of my being.
You just gonna dislike our video like that? What is this? The answer's in the video! Motherfucker! Is this the fake one?
talking about why I like Jinbei, why he's in my top 3 favorite Straw Hats, and why the hate is unwarranted. Okay, so if I had to rank the Straw Hats, my ranking would go number 1, Usopp.
Fair.
Number 2, Zoro. Number 3, Jinbei.
Come on.
Number 4, Luffy. Number 5, Robin.
We really went through the whole
Number
list.
6, Nami. Number 7, Brooke. Number 8, Sanji. Number 9, Frankie. And number 10, Chopper.
Come on. We can have a video based just purely off of that top 10 list.
Again, what's real?
Now, I know for a fact he does not like Chopper. No, Peanut doesn't like Chopper.
You're getting your Jimmy's Russell.
Yes, I am.
On
It was like the gate with that debt bush. Frame 1.
Now, obviously, I like my list, but it seems like the only outlier for people would be my number 3 spot. So let's have a rundown on the things Jinbei did, excluding the Wano.
Dude, I hate this.
It's really bad.
I hate this. It's such a possible first video.
Yes, it is.
And that's what's pissing me off. I need them to be super not what anime analysts are.
Just because it isn't finished yet. In his introduction arc and Bell Down, Jinbei explained to Ace that even though he asked, he wouldn't take on Luffy, because in this world of pirates, he was but a stranger to him. He says this even knowing what Ace's father Whitebeard did for Fishman Island. He was a good and honest enough person for Luffy to free him from prison.
Oh, dude, I'm hating these arguments. Oh my god,
This is horrible.
I
This is the fake one. He's coming out the gate going, nobody's going to believe the first one's going to be the fake one. Okay. We have to figure out if this is the fake argument, if it's the real argument, how much of it is a real argument versus,
based on his thoughts.
or is it just to get us?
Escaping, he told Luffy to not fight Blackbeard, in a fight that he would have lost and also wasted tremendous time, which they did not have a lot of.
I hate the synopsis.
That's what I was about to say. The synopsis, they know that we hate the synopsis, so he's just
But
doing
does that
it.
make it not true?
It doesn't give a reason why he likes Jinbei. It's just simply what is happening.
He said it's good and honest. And now he's giving examples on Pearson.
Then once he realized his strength by taking out one of the beasts with him and Crocodile, and knowing that he got his strength from his friends, he gained...
It's Corey's voice.
Dude, that monotonous voice is...
It is just a pure flat line. There is nothing here. And this piece of crap, this is purely the Rala song.
Oh, absolutely.
That
And
bastard
it's
don't talk
working.
like that.
He's jimmying us.
This is not cool.
We are in lock and he got a lock pick
Talk.
and he's jimmying
Talk
that
like you
bitch.
normally talk.
but realistically not enough to respect him. Now compare that introduction to another Straw Hat who was first seen locked up. Zoro, wearing the...
Yo, I don't know if we can do this video. They know us too well. This is pissing me off.
Sound effect. They had to specifically go out and find that sound effect to put it in. This is... I'm just looking at the puppet like that betrayed us.
What do you mean? He got paid as an artist.
told Luffy to untie him, and he would collect a high bounty from someone, and he would give it to him, leading to after.
Oh my god, dude! Stop with the synopsis, I swear to God! I swear to God, dude!
He eats the rice balls. He said he would stay there a month.
Dude.
Even though he was about to tap.
Cause for the manga wins, I had to go back to anime wins and just go, okay, how does he? Cause it's out of my mind at that point. So I'm like,
He's here and gone.
what does he do? And I went, oh, that, boom, 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 boom. These bastards just went, what don't they like? Oh, the dry monotone voice, get in there. Bad editing, get in there.
Sound effects, all based off of nothing, get in there. Synopsis.
Get in there.
He said he would stay there a month, even though he was about to tap out in 9 days.
And Persona music in the background, like, oh my goodness.
Zoro was a good person, but all we saw up to that point was Zoro eating a dirt rice ball, protecting a little girl by hitting the dog, and that he had the willpower to stay a month with no food or water in the open. Jinbei said he would gladly die to stop the fighting, and that's one of his first lines in the series. And his literal first line was, "Ain't nobody running." Just based off first impressions, if you hate Jinbei, then just exactly how do you feel about Zoro?
He did not. Holy crap. This is Machiavellian.
Shakespearean writing.
This is, you need to know your target to do this.
And it was like 9 days.
You need to know exactly what you're doing in order to be like, oh, let me make these two tenuous connections. And then be like, oh, so are you a hypocrite or no? Because it's the same thing. When it's not.
It's really
It's
not.
nowhere near the same thing. It's nothing alike. Holy crap.
Zoro got locked up because he was trying to protect people, whereas Jinbei was just like, please don't fight, guys. And Jinbei was meant to look super cool. Zoro's eating dirt.
Impelled down saw Jinbei see Luffy in a different light that made him help him so much in the ring for it.
It's the Cosmo.
Oh yeah, you didn't notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you ain't noticed that? I knew it was Cosmo from the jump. The is what gave it away. Because if it was just monotone, he wouldn't have all the.
Yeah, this is. What is that?
He didn't just
4 minutes, we could.
help because he was on
What are you
Whitebeard
doing?
I'm playing it, mother.
Why?
side, or because he was Ace's brother, but because he respected him already. A Kainu, formidable foe. I mean, look at the damage he did. And one person who was about to get caught up in that was Luffy, until he got help from no other than Jinbei.
No.
Bruh.
This synopsis is driving me up a wall.
Leading him up the wall and giving us one of the most panels in.
What was that? 4:30. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I'm wondering, could we do? No, I saw it.
No, he ain't even say it. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. He just let it sit there like a fart.
I'm just wondering, could we do better? I don't think so.
In riling ourselves up? No!
One Piece, Luffy against 3 admirals who never even thought that he would get that far. Thank you, Jinbei.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bruh.
Oh my goodness.
This is real. We're not past 1. Don't just cross your arms and shake your head.
I just hate that they're just so psychologically in our
Attacking
minds
us!
that it's just.
Later, before and after Ace died, he told Luffy not to go after Ace's Beaver card that he dropped, leading to Ace's death. Then, Jinbei protected Ace's body by blocking a Kainu's attack, then trying his best to protect Luffy from harm, getting injured himself in the process.
We
A
know
boy who he
these
just
things
met
happen.
hours ago. Post-war, Ace's death, Luffy was the one hurt the most, so he was about to hurt Jinbei, who stood in his way. Jinbei was the only reasonable one there. Ace told Jinbei,
Oh my god! Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking! Oh my god! Stop talking! We should have just played this video for the April Fools! We shouldn't do
This
this!
is just it.
What are we doing?
I mean, what else is
You're
there?
irritating my soul!
My goodness.
Luffy looked really happy with his friends, which he got 3 more of since he last seen them. And that's what convinced Luffy to calm down, because Jinbei had that knowledge. If we're keeping count, that's at least the 3rd time Jinbei has saved Luffy's life.
Dude, I do not give a about this saving Luffy's life thing. This is past the video now. I'm just talking about the Jinbei fan. I don't give a that he saved Luffy's life. If you gotta put so much on the man to make you like him, he ain't got shit going on for him.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
At least. Then who went with Luffy to ring the Ox Bell? Jinbei and Rayleigh. Yes, Rayleigh would have been enough, but also it was a nice gesture that no one else could have done at that point.
Yeah, because they weren't around. Nobody was there but Jinbei. Oh, dude.
Instead of talking about what Jinbei did in Fishman Island, I'll be talking about. For 6 chapters, Jinbei told the tragic story of the fishmen, of him, Arlong, Otohime, Fisher Tiger.
Oh my god, dude. We should legit just play this video. This is, what are we doing here? There's nothing left. It's just making us mad.
This should have been face cam.
A tale of racism that also explains why Hody is the way he is, why Arlong acts his way, and why Jinbei and Shirahoshi should be commended because they didn't go that way. A path that would have been so easy for so many people. And what does Sanji do? Tell him to cut his stomach open. It's very clear why people don't like this interaction. And if someone does, then I'd love to hear this.
No! Don't just say it's very clear why people don't like it. It's not very clear. We talked about this in the Dread stream. It's reasonable that he would be like, phew. Don't just say it like that. It's like nothing.
Why? I appreciate what Luffy did more in this scene, and he went to sleep. Because even doing nothing is better than what Sanji did.
Oh my god.
It wasn't Sanji's place to forgive Jinbei, it was Nami's, and she proceeded to. It made Nami and Sanji switch places in my character ranking after this scene. Just what exactly would Seppuku solve? Sanji is usually the voice of reason. Also, of all the times Jinbei could have cried in the series, it's now, knowing that one of his mistakes in not controlling or checking up on Arlong is forgiven by one of his victims. That's what makes him burst out in tears. Not leaving the fishmen, not leaving Big Mom's crew, not Ace or Whitebeard dying, but knowing that one of his past mistakes is forgiven. Now finally, in Whole Cake Island,
Why
he
does it
stopped
matter if he cried there? What is it? How does that make him a better or good character? Is this just the video? Just interacting all the in Jinbei moments?
That's why it's 40 minutes.
Big Mom's hunger pangs by giving her a croquembouche. gave Big Mom a robe poneglyph that the Straw Hats.
Yes, we know all of this information.
Why
dude.
is it now colored? So I can ask that question. That's why.
Stole a very important poneglyph that Robin will read later. He betrayed a Yonko so he could join Luffy's crew, along with saving them from a situation in which Luffy saw no way out of except ripping off his arms. And finally, the reason Beige even worked with them was because of Jinbei. At this point, I lost count of how many times Jinbei has saved Luffy. Now all of this is obviously my opinion.
It's not your opinion. It's what happened in the manga. It's not.
Dude,
It's not your opinion.
legitimately.
It's what happened.
We should have just played
How
this
is
video.
what happened your opinion? That's not how it works. Look at all these times he saved Luffy, in my opinion. What?
Was this made just so we can criticize these types of people?
Also helped give us this panel that I love, and one of my favorite Luffy lines: even if you die, don't die. Jinbei has only cried once in the series. That's why he's so cool to me.
The crying thing happened like 13 lines ago.
I'm pretty sure he cried over Fisher Tiger.
Yeah, that's past. We're not talking about the past. Don't look up the Jinbei crying
I
stuff.
might be wrong.
Dude, why are we doing research for this?
I don't know if that was that moment or not. I'll say I don't care.
Every other member of the Straw Hats cried when they were ready to accept Luffy as the Pirate King or join his crew.
Oh my god, dude. Please let this be the false one. Please.
Please just let this end.
But Jinbei didn't, even though he had the most to give up. He had an entanglement with Big Mom. Sanji was trying to help someone who he thinks of as his father make a restaurant ship in the safest sea with some of the toughest chefs, and he didn't want to live. Jinbei had a crew he was captain of, with a multitude of times as many crew members as Usopp had. Usopp didn't even have
A multitude of times?
Jinbei had the most to lose, yet he took it all with such gusto, unseen in Straw Hat recruitment. Look at this picture. Then, just imagine how many other Straw Hats would have.
Dude. How is this possible to piss us off this much?
That is legitimately on purpose. The dragon, the name, it's the Dritz thing of how many different sources are you gonna get?
Cried here. Jinbei doing that always made me respect him. I like the sad moments in One Piece, like Robin's I Want to Live, like anyone. But I will watch Zoro's speech on Usopp joining the crew again 5 times over before I see Robin's I Want to Live speech.
Anime is not good without good animation.
No! Dude, this is on YouTube. Somebody's gonna stumble across this.
And make it think it's real.
Okay, I know that's not true. Essentially what I want to say is animation in a good anime is important. In the last 5 years, anime has been getting bigger, more popular, and better stories than ever, right?
In the last 5 years? What do you mean? What? What evidence do you have for that?
I mean, just take a look at Mugen Train as example. Came out in April 2020, pretty hot in the pandemic. Yeah.
I don't know who's worse, Eric or Corey.
Eric just started!
I know.
Worldwide being the highest grossing movie that year, and in America becoming the second highest grossing anime movie behind the massive icon Pokemon? No what ifs about it. Anime is huge, and with the ever expanding genre of
It has been for quite some time now. It's not.
It's just big in America now.
That past 5 years. Just saying stuff and not.
stories, there's something for everybody. But what I'm here to declare is, good animation is important in good anime. Now what do I mean by good anime, good animation, and important? Keyword right there, important. I'm talking about for popularity, for stories to continue, to be considered a good anime, you need to have a myriad of things to be considered having good animation. It's easy for any old person to say, ho 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 ho, not me.
What is this?
I don't know who's worse.
What is this? It's two sides to the coin. It's the dry mother synopsis person and the I think I'm so funny person. It's Cosmo and Nux.
Prefer a good story over animation in a good anime. No, you don't. Shut up. And I'm gonna tell you why. Using the average person instead of the individual. Here,
Wait. That's not even the point of what I was about to say. What is this? What are we doing?
here's Eric's first important ideal. His first important ideal. Good.
Dude, it's 1,000,000,000% the Nux type of thing. This is horrible. This is horrible.
Character design. A good anime has to not even have amazing character design, just adequate character design. Because of the way humans' brains are wired, it's hard for them to connect with ugly. And this is because of a social psychological study called attractiveness bias theory, which, according to the theory, prototypical faces are processed more fluently, resulting in increased positive effect.
What is this?
Which basically means pretty people make your brain go happy happy. Ho ho ho, but not me.
Hook up the webcam.
I mean, how much more of this are we doing?
All of it.
Oh!
We have to.
Why?
To see.
No!
You do you really think we just cutting this off?
I would!
No. They went through all this trouble.
Oh, but not me. My favorite character in all of anime is Granny Yubaba from Spirited Away. Shut up!
I hate that thing so much.
What part of this was a mid-video?
Maybe they just lost steam near the end.
God. As a group, people tend to subconsciously gravitate towards pretty designed people. And my theory
Dude, these mouse clicks, are they on purpose? Because it's
I
sending
don't
me
know.
to the moon.
I do not know.
is this is the reason why characters like Itachi, Levi, Gojo, and Ace, all pretty beautiful people, basically blew up past their anime. And not because they're super strong, cool, awesome, and sweet. Oh.
Eric is so much worse.
You say that until we get to Corey again.
So much worse.
You know what? It's bad movie day. Corey is like an action flick, a boring horror film, and it's just like, ugh. he's Husk or whatever it was. It just feels like it goes on forever. Eric is a comedy. And that's just like, I don't want any parts of a bad comedy.
Super strong, cool, awesome, and sweet. Oh no. Am I gay? In turn, aiding to people consideration of what a good anime is. Naruto can't be bad. It got Itachi in it. Yet on the other hand, there is examples of the opposite happening. In terms of animation and ugly design, it is the recent Turning Red controversy. Turning Red is a 2022 animated Disney movie about a pubescent girl dealing with puberty, and it's been recently lanced online because of the character designs. Even though the animation is smooth as butter and a decent story, a lot of people have refused to watch it because of the supposed ugliness. As well as the
Wasn't it one of the most popular Disney Plus movies?
I'm just wondering if he's talking about animation or character design. Because he kind of went...
No, that's what it was, because he's talking about pretty people. Ace being pretty is an animation?
Yeah, I know. He just sort of mushed the two like a piece of garbage.
Disgustingness of 2016 Berserk anime. I mean, look at the first one. Beautiful. Decent. Ideal number 2. Animation. Animation is hundreds of people.
Why are y'all using the same song? Why did y'all use Talib Kweli again? Just to get by again.
People work from story to design to storyboard to frames to animating and coloring to outsourcing and overworked, underpaid, sometimes inexperienced artists being taken advantage of. I mean, frame analysis? Anyway, animation is hundreds of thousands of drawings put together to give the feeling of seamless motion. It's basically the anime in anime. What takes a manga to an anime? But why is it important? Let's take another media, for example. In books, words on the page contribute to 100% of the story. It's literally the whole story.
Words are the story. It's literally the whole story. Yep.
Agree.
While in anime in specific, not manga, it contributes to about half of the overall enjoyment of the media. I'd like to break it down into 3 parts. Part story, part world, and part aesthetic. Story being what the anime is about, world being half the story, half animation or design, and aesthetic being fully animation.
What? World half animation, half design, and then...
He is saying so much and nothing matters here. He's just saying words that vaguely, when put together, sound right.
I think a solid example of world is Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas paints such a strange aesthetic that is only amplified by the story. And in the last 10 years, media has glorified anime stories without giving the equal credit to the animation that serves a good percentage of what activates their dopamine gland.
I don't care! I don't care how pretty you are if your story is trash. That's why so many people don't like some of the fake stuff. Because it's really pretty, but the story is trash.
But that's why it's a hot take.
You think you fully enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen because it's a great story?
No, it's a terrible story.
It's an alright story. It's not
With profound characters? No, half of it is how sweet it looks. And if you don't believe this, then ask yourself, how come anime with quality animation is held as the standard, while anime with slightly lower quality animation is memed and made fun of online? I mean, let's take...
Because people are dumb.
Yes.
They want Punch Monkey.
That's
hype
all
stuff.
this is. That's all it ever has been and all it ever will be.
Seven Deadly Sins as a prime example. One of the hottest shows when it came out. Bust out the door swinging. But in recent seasons, the fan base has done all except crucify the author of the story. Like in Seven Deadlies, has became a sin.
Oh. And then right back to the puppet. Combo directly into the puppet.
Okay. For now it goes, that thing, Eric Corey.
In Seven Deadlies has became a sin.
Has became a sin.
Hey, I'm trying to work that. Another example is Dragon Ball. A juggernaut like Dragon Ball Z, a billion-dollar franchise, was immediately almost destroyed out the gate with its atrocious animation. There is almost nothing strong enough on Earth to stop a Dragon Ball Z fan, except the first couple arcs of Super. Regardless, many fans tuned out and didn't tune back in until the drastic improvement in the late tournament arc and early Goku Black
What
arc.
evidence do you have for that?
Do you have ratings or
You don't just say that.
or like IMDb ratings, user ratings or something?
Something.
Rotten Tomato.
So if I go, I'm not gonna watch this until the anime improves. And was it the animation or was it just the fact they're retelling stuff over and over?
Another reason animation is important in the anime is because it adds hundreds of more drawings than the manga. It implies saying
Now, here's the worst part. Is this one of the troll ones? Because the Jinbei just feels so much more outlandish now. It's just like I'm laughing and pointing at y'all specifically.
This seems more exaggerated. It's like animation, yeah, it's good. This is going from, yeah, I believe this at a 7, but I'm gonna crank it up to a 10.
things that the manga otherwise cannot. Let's take Jujutsu Kaisen for
Stop saying about Jujutsu.
It's better than Demon Slayer.
example. Itadori and Todo using Boogie Woogie. The manga, of course, implies the switching action, but it doesn't convey the same raw emotion that the anime has.
What? 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 Raw emotion of what? Cool thing happened?
What raw emotion?
My last
Oh my god, dude! Eric's so much worse!
key ideal before I give y'all the official way to start ranking anime. Ideal number 3, Sakuga. But Eric, the A from A-List exists. Isn't Sakuga an
I hate that thing. I really, really do. More than anything else.
If the whole video was that, it would have been over in 30
Holy
seconds.
crap.
Eric, the A from A-List exists. Isn't
It wasn't even K-list exists. You just said A-list exists.
Sakuga and animation basically the same thing? Why are they different bullet points? Nah, you're right. I don't know. I just feel they're slightly different. Sakuga is basically like wanting an egg and receiving an omelet.
What? Where's my egg?
No, but you're getting something better.
No, I want an egg.
No, you got the animation, and the animation is the egg. It's very basic. Here it is. But it's improved on by getting an omelet.
No, I wanted an egg to do things with. I wanted to make a cake. Where's my egg? I can't cake an omelet. What are we doing?
Anyway, Sakuga is a term used in anime to describe moments in a show or movie when the quality of animation improves drastically, typically for the sake of making a dramatic point, as opposed to the classic anime cheat of lip flaps, where characters only have 2 frames and their mouth moves. Sakuga is filled with unique frames. Sakuga is responsible for many of the mainstream anime in the last 10 years. It's almost like anime like Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, and My Hero Academia start off with 50 more points more than its competition because of its beautiful, breathtaking moments. Whether or not the story is good,
Whether or not the story is good? 50 points.
Over the competition, whether the story's good or not. That just means animation means more than anything. Pick up a book, you piece of read the manga. No, I can't see the colors and the. Then you don't care. You don't really care.
Sakura is the moments in.
He's about to correct himself. I'm so mad.
Sakuga is the
Wait a second!
What was that, sir? Sir. Your hands raised, sir. What was that?
Skeletons!
It's not even, I'm not even.
Sakura, skeleton, Sasuga.
Nope. Then we're just pushing past.
besides comedy, which get easily clipped and spread around, making people become interested in the anime. Ooh, this look good. What anime is this? And there's a new fan with.
No! It's someone that wants to see what the anime is and then go, oh wait, no, that story is trash.
It's not necessarily they go into it and go, hey, if this looks pretty, I want to see it, and then instantly, they're automatically a fan. There's no way that you cannot be a fan of Demon Slayer because it's pretty. No, it all depends on the person and if they continue to stay there. Everybody who watched Demon Slayer is not a fan of Demon Slayer. Or Jujutsu Kaisen, and you're in 16 Jujutsu Kaisen examples.
Curious set and my labels explained. I will now give the definitive way, in my opinion, that.
Oh.
This is a betrayal on all fronts. Eric, Corey, Det, all fronts.
We should be ranking anime. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my fucking God! No!
With these long pauses.
Gentlemen, what we have here is called a line graph. Categories on the y-axis, the vertical line, relate to the quality of animation, while categories on the x-axis, the horizontal
This line graph makes no sense!
It will.
line, relate to the quality of the story. And every categorical rating has a numerical value. Bad being assigned a value of 1, while amazing being assigned 5. And every number in between is a category in between. So, for example, if an anime has bad animation and a bad story, then their rating is 2 because it's 1 and 1. And the example I chose to put here is Maburaho. Bad story.
There were 3 clicks. I don't know what's going on, dude.
I just expect Bruce to call him and just go, nope, we're leaving it in.
Even worse animation. Yet an anime with okay animation and a great story would be put at a 6, Rurouni Kenshin. And an anime with amazing animation and amazing story is at a 10, 5 and 5, Attack on Titan. While an anime with great animation and amazing story.
This line, because you only have so many spots. You can only have one thing per spot unless you're like, what is this? What is this, a graph for ants?
A 9, It Invaded. While anime with a good story and amazing
What is that
animation is put at a 7, Demon Slayer. Anime with an okay story and good animation is put at a...
What? We're still explaining the premise. We got it. Put it somewhere and we can line them up. It's 2 things we gotta line up.
5. I like Demon Slayer more than I like Dragon Ball Z. I don't...
Okay, first, what you're trying to do is an objective ranking system with a line graph, and then you're going, I like Demon Slayer more because it's higher on the ranking system. And then this face, Saiyan Bush. This is Saiyan Bush. Oh no, it's over for this kid for a little bit. Strap in, yo.
Oh my goodness. The Bush anime analyst boy. I can't with this.
My own.
A little bit of context for this
Oh my god! It got so hard! Dude, the contrast was so ridiculous. I hate it. I hate them.
opinion. I think
What? What about opinions?
I don't think I agree with my own.
a little bit of context for this opinion. I think Naruto Part 1 is great, and Naruto Shippuden is as close to as bad as anime gets.
What?
And I've seen them both
What's that
more
sentence
times
mean?
than I can count on one hand. So being that this is the last,
I've seen them more times than I can count on one hand. What the is?
More
This
than
is-
6? Less than 10.
This is.
arc in Naruto proper, I feel like it layered excellent groundwork for the time skipping for the second part of the series. I'll be the first to admit that it was flubbed in the second half. Most of the characters who seemed like they were going to get development didn't. Lee,
Could
Choji,
you go back? Could you go back?
Why? What are we doing?
One Punch Man 6 film gold is blocked.
I mean, they have it in the description
Yeah, I
in their
know.
anime list.
I know.
Lee, Choji, Kiba, etc. But at the same time, I'll also admit that it isn't a fault to Part 1. You could always assume while watching Part 1 that anything you don't understand will be explained later, either post-time skip or in another arc pre-time skip. Either that or it just isn't important enough to mention. For example, how many people even cared about Sanji's last name pre-time skip or before it was brought up in Whole Cake Island? Now with that being said, the Sasuke retrieval arc is easily one of my favorites in the series, and one of my favorites of all time. I usually watch it at least once a year when I'm bored. I'll be showing my ranking of the fights because I'm sure that's where the true
Wait a
controversy
second.
lies.
What point is this?
Oh, dude, on top of that,
Is this Naruto?
this
Is it just
voice
that?
is not hitting.
Is it just that Naruto is good? Is that just the point here? Because he didn't introduce the point. I don't know what the point is.
Maybe, I think he's piggybacking on Eric's thing, because he said taking his opinion or whatever.
But he talked about Dragon Ball and okay, wait a second. It might be something you could like something more, but it could be right.
Let's see.
So let's start with my number 10. These fights don't actually mean much for either combatant, which is why I'm placing them on the same slide.
Well, why are you ranking? Were there 10 fights in the Sasuke retrieval?
Yeah, every the 5 got their own. You got Kimi Lee. Kimi got it, and then he's separating the Kokoro. So when the Sand people came, that's 8. Yeah, that's probably 10 then.
But I did say not much, not meaningless. Tamari is a cocky bastard. For her, the fight actually made her feel smugly, knowing that the only reason she beat Shikamaru in the Chunin exams was because he gave up. So beating an opponent.
Was he turning a page?
I believe he was turning a page, and Eric has his script on the computer, so he's clickety clacking it. This is repugnant.
That he could not only fueled her ego. It's the last in the ranking because I don't like how easily she beat Tayuya. Shikamaru was trying to give her pointers, and she heard them, summoned a giant weasel, and just killed her. For Kankuro, the fight had much less meaning. It was just a mission.
He is going lower and lower for Kankuro. He just went, oh, let me crank this up a little bit. I heard that switch.
Kiba. But I do like how it seemed like Kankuro was overconfident. Then seemed like he got humbled just for a fake out. But that's about it for this slot. There wasn't much to the fights. There were just better ones. Up until this point, from what we've seen of Shikamaru, he was always in a positive light. Just like how expecting the mission to be a failure wasn't common, expecting Shikamaru to lose was just not expected. In both solo fights he had, it seemed like he was losing for a good portion of it, then pulled through in the end. But I don't hate the fact that he didn't win this fight. It makes sense, and if it makes sense, then I'm usually not upset with it. Like how I'm not upset that Zuko betrayed Iroh at the end of Avatar Book 2, because it makes sense for the character.
I'm
but what I don't like about...
It's very odd that they each become worse than the other when they start talking again.
Didn't I say? Just wait until Corey starts talking
But that
again.
puppet thing is still number one.
Fight, and why it's ranked at the bottom of the barrel of actual fights in the mission, is how he didn't win. I don't like Genjutsu. I don't like how both in the anime and the manga, they didn't keep it concise. They kept cutting to other fights that also weren't being won. Everyone was losing at the same time.
No, I thought you were going to explain that. I don't like Genjutsu. I don't like how in the anime and the manga, I'm like, okay, he's going to explain how the anime and the manga handle the Genjutsu differently and explain why he doesn't like them. But also, they just cut to other fights. It's like, wait a second, what happened to the Genjutsu point? Why don't you like Genjutsu? What's the problem?
But this was the worst. Not because he was getting beat the worst, but because it was boring. Tayuya's giants are the most forgettable.
Don't with this.
You're letting them jimmy you.
I see what he did there. With the Jinbei boring thing, he brought it back here. It's a contradiction, which is another thing that we hate. Because he went, I don't understand how people can just say he's boring. And then he just says that they're boring. They are garbage.
They're too good at being trash.
This is outrageous.
Part of the arc. No matter how much damage they did, I always forget about them until I watch the arc again. And Shikamaru just gets out with a broken finger that he did himself. I would never seek out to watch this fight again. The only solo fight we
Why is
see.
Why is this one red?
This point was against Naruto, in which he was winning for a majority of the fight and only lost due to a fart. It was actually a good fight for Kiba, and honestly this was too. But the reason why this is higher is because the fight was simply better. I like Kiba's fighting style. I love when Akamaru bites Kiba, and Kiba just says, "What a lousy owner I am to have my dog bite me."
Shut
Apart
up.
from Neju's fight, this one seemed the most desperate from any of the squad. When Kiba stabbed himself, ready to kill himself just to take out Sakan and Ukan, with Akamaru wanting to try everything they could, and Kiba just wanted to escape, I loved it. If there was more to it, or if Kiba would have won the fight, then this fight
His
definitely would have been
synopsis, bull crap.
But then, again,
I
it's
know.
gonna switch right to
I
Eric
know.
and that puppet.
I
and you're
know.
gonna-
I know.
higher. The only reason this fight is so low is because of the Byakugan blind spot. It never made sense to me.
Okay, maybe he was covering up the 8. And it looked like a 6.
I don't think that's what happened.
Like, why wasn't it mentioned before? How was Kidomaru the first one to find it? It also wasn't mentioned after. So does
Maybe
Kaguya
wasn't
have a
mentioned
blind
after.
spot?
Pause. Well, okay, in what context could it be mentioned before if it's just a little tiny pinprick?
And I'm sure the
Hyugas
Hyugas don't want people to just know their blind spot, their weakness. Even the other Konoha people just like, don't tell them.
Yeah, it's just that simple. I brought up after it, Neji had half of a fight, so there's no time to bring it up. In this fight, nobody had a little tiny pinprick of an arrow. Plus, she can fly, so at any point in time, she can just go, whoop, and it's not in her blind spot anymore. Bing, bang, boom. Shut the up with this synopsis. Oh my goodness.
Does she not? Does Al? Or does he not? Because he only has one. But apart from the concept, this was a great fight that was desperately won. Neji put everything in this fight, and I love him for that. But I just don't like the Byakugan blind spot. This fight introduced Nine-Tailed Shadow Clone, and I love that. But what I love...
Dude.
If we say that this is number 7, there are 6 more that they need to get through, including the rest of this.
There's 16 minutes left, 17. It's been 24 minutes.
No! What is this PowerPoint?
Oh, yeah.
What is this PowerPoint?
Yeah, it's a OneDrive.
Why?
was how Kimimaro just didn't care. He was mollywopping the man when it was just Naruto. When it was Naruto's shadow clones, he did the same.
What is this
manga
editing?
And then he switched
What
to the
the
manga.
is this edited?
The colored manga.
Shadow clones, he was handling them just fine. And the cutting between fights was fine for this one, because there was absolutely no way Naruto was gonna win.
Wait, no!
Is it okay or is it bad? And especially since you called the Shika one boring, would it make more sense to cut away to something exciting?
And him cutting away, that doesn't... Him not having a way to win, that doesn't mean that you should cut away. I don't know if two things coincide.
Kind of feel bad, but it showed off a lot of Kimimaro's fighting style, and that's what I really appreciated. He moved like a dancer, and he threw bones. Sometimes I wished it.
He moved like a dancer, and he threw bones. Number 5.
Holy crap.
This is filth, dude. This is unabashedly filth.
I can't believe this.
And he threw bones. Sometimes I wish the guard didn't kill him.
He didn't kill him.
He died on his own. Why is the giant Kimi? Guard's not even in the frame. This is number 4, right?
Guard versus Kimimaro was a good fight, and isn't ranked with the other Sand Shinobi's fights because he actually struggled, and it went on for long enough. Guard has always had good fights in the series. Rock Lee, Naruto, Sasuke, and although this is the worst one of those, it's still a really good fight, because the last time we saw him fight, he pulled out the sleeping possum jutsu so quickly that it was barely his fight. But with Kimimaro seeming so strong, if any of the other Sand Shinobi showed up.
Dude, this is sin to me. I cannot with this in voice. It's just pissing me off so bad.
With this voice.
They almost certainly would have lost. Rock Lee.
And he keeps
What is that smacking?
He keeps smacking his
leg.
leg.
Eating the honey while he's recording? What are you doing with this?
When Rock, is he Phil eating a delicious teeth hurting in meal?
Coming directly off of surgery and holding off Kimimaro.
Why another PowerPoint?
This is draining.
And fighting. doesn't make sense in concept at all.
What is this music
life-risking
as well? Is this flute bush? What is this?
Surgery and a career-risking injury. Saved by the person who did it to him. Fighting someone who has what he had broken. Introducing drunk Lee, not being mad at Guard for giving him the injuries, because even Guard could tell that he was slower. I also failed throughout all the battles. Drunken Lee and Kimimaro had the best interaction, only close to Choji and Jirobo.
Oh, dude, he hasn't said Choji and Jirobo yet.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of which,
Because Kimimaro was so no-nonsense, but Drunk Lee was just a funny guy. This was a really good Lee fight. Great Lee moments, and
this
a great
is
concept.
disgusting.
Lee, as usual, put his whole heart in the fight. And if he could, he would have used the gates. And maybe if he did, then he also would have won.
He tried.
But just wincing at the fact when he did try to use them was heartbreaking enough. Come on. It's Naruto versus Sasuke. The worst part about this fight.
This hunk of garbage. Dude, no. No.
There were flashbacks in it. But besides that, it was amazing. Visually beautiful. And it was a clash of ideologies.
Oh my God, dude! Dude, I'm getting so mad! Ideologies of what? Of whom?
Visually stunning.
If Naruto won, Sasuke would have known that maybe hate wasn't the way.
Why did he think that anyway? He already didn't because he would have killed Naruto. He said he'd find his own way and still left.
Making the only thing keeping him in the village being himself, because nothing else could. But Naruto lost, the mission was a failure, and everyone was worse off because of it. Not only that, the fight served a double purpose, because even though the Sasuke retrieval mission was a failure, what was more of a failure was Orochimaru's plan. The vessel was already too late, and that's why Sasuke was still alive after the time skip. I think this fight is an easy 10 out of 10, and would have easily been the best in the arc if it were not for Choji was not as strong as any of the other male Genin, as he was one.
Dude, I kind of just want to skip this one. I don't want to hear these lies. I don't want to hear this fabrication flow out of this monotonous voice. I don't.
One of the only ones to not put up a good fight in the Chunin exams. Lee's backstory was literally longer than his fight. That's 10 pages versus 6 pages. Nobody cared about Choji up to that point. You had no reason to. So for Shikamaru to pick him, and not only that, pick him first, and not only that, but
Holy dude! Stop!
It's legitimately draining.
to wait for him was shocking. And Naruto said it best. Why would you pick Choji? And even worse, he said it to his face. We didn't know what Choji could do, but after the arc, we saw how strong he was, how much he was willing to lay down his life for the village. He and Sasuke never even had a conversation in the series up until that point, but he took the red pill for him. We saw this because Shikamaru and everyone trusted him,
he took it for Shikamaru.
even though Naruto didn't want him at first. They used their precious time to make arrows to show him where to go, trusting him to not only beat a Jonin level enemy, but also catch up to them afterwards. That's what the fight portrays.
Oh, dude, I got goosebumps. This is a dude. I
hate this so much.
Not using drugs to get a temporary power boost. Not leaving him behind because he's the weakest. But because everyone trusted Choji after this. And if he did anything in Shippuden, then it would have showed. It's hard to explain why I like these fights. I don't like Shikamaros because they kept cutting between, but I like Kiba's because they did the same thing. I like Choji.
You piece of garbage. You just complete hunk. We're just mask off now, huh? Just no subtlety anymore, huh?
Because he won, but I also like Lee's because he didn't.
Dude, Phil, I like this because he won, and I like this because he didn't win. Holy, you can't.
Me just did, dude.
But
This
overall,
is so. This is just to make us mad.
Yes!
I understand.
And they're not getting a 10.
like Lee's because he didn't. But overall, I only talked about the fights because that was the main part of the arc, and I'm strapped for time. If I had to rate the arc, probably a 9.5 out of 10.
My second opinion is that Deus Ex Machinas aren't always a bad thing. Yeah, I said it. Get your pitchforks. And for people who don't...
That's a machete. The machete is at the forefront, not the pitchfork. Just grab somebody with a pitchfork, dude. It's I see a hammer. I see two hammers. I see a megaphone.
Is this an anime hot take, or is this just a hot take in general? What this is not exactly in the purview of anime. Does this really?
Don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it so you can be like, oh yeah, I hate that too. Deus Ex Machina.
What does it mean?
Batman.
Dude, I don't like that. And I know that Muff and Puppet is coming. And I don't want to see him again. I don't like him.
He's not real. He can't hurt you.
Deus Ex Machina is also commonly
It's not.
referred to as ass pulls, for obvious reasons, are an unexpected power or event saving a seemingly hopeless situation, especially as a contrived plot device in a play,
He's just reading the definition. He's just doing it.
novel, show, or movie. Some famous examples in fiction are Mew and Mewtwo shooting beams at each other, and
What was that?
It's part of the beat. Yeah.
somehow turn into stone instead of it instantly killing him. And even more of an ass pull, tears bring him back to life. Like, what? Also, another famous one is the power of friendship.
Shot from the movie.
And I'm not talking about My Little Pony, but Fairy Tale. Even
What
some
is
of the
this? What is?
Don't zen out, mother.
No, I'm trying to formulate exactly what was wrong with that.
It's friendship,
I know.
and friendship is magic.
I know, but
Okay, and then
why?
Fairy Tale.
Why would you just so lazily just plop Twilight in there?
On top of Natsu, who's still poking out from behind.
What is this shot? Why is Twilight so? She's the wrong color. She's so bright.
even some of the biggest anime do it. Goku with and Naruto with his 6 Paths of Jesus mode. And let's not even bring up Giorno Deus Ex Giovanna or his nephew Joseph when.
No, what happened? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And let's not even bring up Giorno Deus
all the way.
To Naruto, right?
is the power of friendship. And I'm not talking about My Little Pony, but Fairy Tale. Even some of the biggest anime do it. Goku with and Naruto with his 6 Paths of Jesus mode.
Alright.
And let's not even bring up Giorno Deus Ex Giovanna or his nephew Joseph win every fight Joestar. Watch that fight right now and tell me that is not one of the biggest ass pulls. How do you take down an immortal god? I don't know. Neither does Joseph, it just happened. Even the narrator was confused. Doesn't matter, Frozen for Eternity and Joseph won. Or Giorno, how do you beat a power that erases moments in time, as well as see the future? Oh, I know. You can't touch me anymore because my power says so. It reminds me exactly of when you're playing superheroes on a playground.
I know he was gonna do this analogy. It's so lazy.
You're like, my power is flying, and another kid is like, I want my powers to be Superman. It's just like, F my power then, right? Since you already got my power and everybody else's power. Or the stupid kid.
What was that?
He brought up Superman just to piss me off.
No,
because
that picture.
Hawkman can only fly, and Superman can do all
But
the other stuff.
make them both animated.
No.
Why Christopher Reeve into some comic?
That you play.
Wait, you know.
What are we doing?
I'm looking up.
No, don't look at
I know it's on purpose. I know it was.
And you're purposely just falling into it?
Yes. I have to. No, he didn't even make the picture. It's just here.
Right there you go.
Just do that one. Hawkman and Superman, the DC comic. Just do that one. Just do this one to punch up. Don't do that. That's...
You got my power and everybody else's power. Or the stupid kids that you play rock, paper, scissors with that'll pick gun or tornado. God, I hate kids. Anyway, ass pools are inherently unsatisfactory for a reader. They can almost completely invalidate an entire story because they're a throwaway device that an author used to get their self out of the corner that they backed themselves into. Damn, I'm speaking pretty negatively about this. How am I gonna turn this one around? Like I was saying, they aren't always a bad thing. They can be done decently. It's not Deus Ex Machina fault that people don't know how to use it. Here are some good examples of DIMS. A good way to use
Dims. Dims.
Dude, I don't know.
Dims.
an ass pool is the Joseph Joestar method. But Mr. A, I thought you gave him as a bad example earlier in the video. No. I never gave him as a bad example. I just gave him as an example. Joseph Joestar is a brand of ass.
But you also questioned it in a negative tone.
Yep. How do you beat it? So it had a negative connotation to it, even if you didn't outright say this is a bad moment.
Pool I like to categorize as comedy. Comedic ass pulls work in a weird way, whereas if you're taking something too seriously, then it's kind of stupid. But if you shut your brain off and listen deep down inside yourself,
This
brain off.
This in Kanye West instrumental, I swear to God, dude.
it's kind of funny and not at all unsatisfactory. There's a good example I'd like to use. In the book 13 Half Lives of Captain Blueberry.
What is this? Equal parts J.K. Rowling, Douglas Adams, and Shield Silverstein. What is this?
Where's he going with this?
The protagonist is saved last minute by a rescue pterodactyl named Deus Ex. Wasn't mentioned at all before this moment. But the implausibility is the point, and it's very funny.
Why is the music getting so loud?
Joseph was a really good example of this. Everything he did
It's drowning
is a question
you
as to, can this really happen in this universe? And him constantly taking on villains many
It's
times
so
stronger than he
loud.
was, but usually always worked out because he's the main character. And that's okay because the comedy was satisfactory. Another good use of ass pool is guidance. Guidance is a use of Deus Ex Machina without being too shocking. It's when our character encounters something or someone by accident which helps them guide the plot. Of course, it has to be done properly without looking too clumsy. A good example of this is Darby. The Joestar group has reached their final destination.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. I am slipping. When is this done? Holy. What happened, dude? I lost all of that. I was glazing. What are we doing? What are you talking about, Darby? What does that have to do with what you were talking about?
Guidance.
What does that have to do with Deus Ex? What's
In Cairo. However, they still must find Dio's lair. Because Cairo is a maze city, they search the outskirts first. After some time, the group reach a cafe where they come across a man named Darby, who claims to know the whereabouts of Dio's mansion. Darby himself is an asspool, yet done sneakily and successfully. It moves the...
How?
He's not. He's a follower of Dio.
At best you can say it's a plot convenience.
He didn't know where it was.
story along while it was otherwise stuck in a corner. This is a common example of
They didn't even find it until in the dog. Iggy.
Ex Machina. Another successful way to pull off an ass pull is to anticipate it. There's a hard line between foreshadowing and anticipating. A successful ass pull should balance that line. Two good examples of this are Super Saiyan and Sage Mode. Two modes that are essentially useless now, and that would have been way useful have they been used before. Come to think about it, every Dragon Ball's transformation is an ass pull. Whatever. From the time Vegeta was shown, he spouted nonsense about Super Saiyan. But nobody even knew.
It didn't take it till Namek. Never said it in the Saiyans. Never.
He did.
Did he?
Him and Nappa were going there like, hey, women, humans and Saiyans, maybe they can make a Super Saiyan.
Were they?
Yeah.
Was that in the manga or was it a filler?
I don't know, and I'm not going to check.
What that was. Even him, multiple times throughout the Planet Namek saga, he claimed that he was a Super Saiyan. But again, nobody knew what that consisted of. And when Goku actually turned Super Saiyan against Frieza, a lot of people got the feeling of, oh my god, so this is what a Super Saiyan is.
Dude, we literally just said this in one of our episodes. These pieces of shit.
It all makes sense now.
No,
but in
it
reality,
doesn't.
it didn't, and it still doesn't.
Okay,
Frieza was a
yeah.
hard villain to beat.
So
and
how
Goku
is this a
had
good thing?
near unexplainable transformation written in so he can be 50 times stronger. But it's camouflage because it was mentioned earlier in the story. Nothing was mentioned about what it
That doesn't
was.
make it good. It just means that it was mentioned. There's a bunch of different things to make it good. Implementation, the future events, all.
Does what it does, but it doesn't matter because it was pool. If you don't think about it too hard, it works. And essentially, Sage Mode is the same thing. Friend of Orange Man was killed. Orange Man unlocks power rather quickly to beat Makeup Man. Both Super Saiyan and Sage Mode was introduced in the arcs that their main character learned them in. Which makes you wonder, what was Jiraiya doing in the 3 years he was training Naruto? How come Naruto didn't come back to the village knowing Sage Mode?
Oh, this must be the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Wait. The video says 10 anime hot takes.
Damn, oh yeah.
Let's see. Lightning round. I think Death Note after L dies is good.
Super Saiyan God is the most interesting Super Saiyan form.
Dude, I'm not. What this is pinpricked to piss us off in 40 seconds. Don't look away.
The end of part 8
Don't
JoJo
just-
Land.
Corey, you tell me you read that. You ain't. You tell me you read that, boys. You ain't. I know you didn't.
End of part 8 JoJo Lands is good.
Acknowledge retcons. If the author says it's not there no more, it's gone.
And I think some tropes are in,
That pieces. We had an argument about this in Discord. The pieces. No, you don't get to do this.
He did just that, sir.
Because it was just like, oh, Trunks' hair is blue, it's purple. It was always purple. It was always blue. So it was like, no, you don't get to do this, you pieces. No.
Retcons. If the author says it's not there no more, it's gone.
and I think some tropes are inherently bad.
Watching high school anime as an adult feels weird. Wish there was more college anime.
What?
Okay.
Wait a second,
Is that-
wait a second. Why is that a hot take? I don't think it's weird. Do people think it's weird?
So like,
Watch high school anime and
it's just like the people that feel like seeing babies in a tub is weird. It feels like they have feelings for or urges for that and it's just like, yo, this isn't.
And now? Oh yeah, we didn't reveal which one was fake. Well, if you were guessing throughout the whole video, then you should have stopped at the first one. Because I don't think Jinbei is a good character.
And I really don't care about the quality of animation.
you sacks of garbage. Are sacks of garbage.
Yeah, this was filth.
This is disgusting. I can't believe that.
You can't? No. Do I need to go to Mr. Puppet? Dat, you bum! Dat, you betraying piece of bum.
Mr.'s 10%. They call us Mr. 10%. They call us Mr. 10%. Mr.'s 10%. Oh, man. That was legitimately draining.
Dude, it was hard.
I wish there was like a real life energy bar that you could just see as it just slowly slides down.
Stamina.
Oh my goodness. I'm dying here.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, really good job.
Cause
That is. You gotta know us to be like, nah, this is gonna get them.
and that's the worst part. The fans will understand.
Yep.
Because they know us. They know how I like my orange juice. Like, they're going to get this bush.
The puppets. Dad, what are you doing?
Making money. What do you mean?
The fact that these bastards commissioned them just for this is garbage.
Trash. Just on Twitter or Discord. Yo, we're doing this. Can you parody this? Gotcha, fam. Gotcha. Toss
boys.
in these puppets for free, sir. Piece of Alright, we're done here. Go home. Touch grass.
Unbelievable.